Hey everybody, we are going to make a nautical birthday card today from some new stamps from W+9. And I did this fast because I wanted to make this a really short video, just kind of show you how you could do a mail card using the misti and using a smaller stamp. That chain link pattern is actually only 2 wide and it needs to go 4 up on a card, and so I decided to use the misti for that, and 3 Mama Elephant inks, Stargazer, Apple Pie, and I think it is taupe, and I'll list those supplies below the video with all the colors and the stamp sets. Um, so my dad is a sailor. This is for his birthday. He loves nautical, and I wanted to make something for him that was more masculine. And it was also a little bit of trial for the misti. I wanted to see how fine I could get the registration here, and actually it did an amazing job. Just so happy with the results. I actually should have shoved the pattern up to the top, one side or the other, and just done 2, but I couldn't get it to, if I did that, I couldn't get the pattern that I wanted on the edge. And I can point that out again at the very end. You can kind of see what I was talking about. And then you can see I'm trying to be really clean um, with the background of the misti. So I wanted that, you can see now, I wanted those to kind of break off the card differently, and if I didn't do that, it wasn't going to align properly. So I'm going to clean up with a baby wipe there, and then I had a couple of little smudges, and so I knew I was going to put vellum over the top of this anyway. I wanted it to be a little more subtle and pushed to the back. So actually I ended up putting an opaque marker, and it totally disappears in the card. And then I also wanted to make that red strip, so I took the other rope design from the stamp kit and created a little red strip. And this is a really easy way to get something to be very straight when you're not using misti or you don't have a lineup. You literally can put it up against the ruler, then bump the ruler up a little bit and just mount it on your block from there, so you know that it's really going to be perfectly straight. Then I trimmed that piece out after I heat embossed it, and had a really nice embellishment for the front of the card. So this is all the parts, and you can see how I'm going to actually register the sentiment, and it's actually made up of 3 different parts, and I wanted to make sure that it was a little bit, I'm going to do a little test. That's a brand new stamp set, so I'm tempering those stamps and seeing if I like how that sits, and I did. And so I'm going to mask out that little center ornament so that I can do that in a separate color afterwards. So I just put a little piece of Post-it on top of it, pull it off, but leave it on the misti stamping board. Press and do that first stone pumice color. I think it's called pumice stone, actually, that color of ink. And then clean that off. And this is another, I was using a lot of baby wipes, and I actually find that using just water and an old rag, it's kind of working better for me. So you can try that out. It's less expensive. You're not using up a bunch of baby wipes and throwing them away, and you can wash the rag afterwards actually too. So there I'm adding a little ornament. And then I wanted something in that little right-hand corner at the edge of the happy. And so I took the little sailboat from the same stamp set. There was a lot of little icons and a little boat. So I wanted to mount this on a circle of red, and it just felt like it needed something else. So I decided to emboss it in an embossing folder. And that We Are Memory Makers embossing folder has those grid lines. And so you can kind of see whether it's going to be perfectly centered or not. So you see that I'm lining that up there. I'm actually going to use the other half of that little piece of Post-it tape, and then I ran it through my die machine, and there are the final pieces, and I'm ready to assemble. So I'm just using some clear glue stick there. It works beautifully for vellum. It dries completely clear. You don't see it. And it just softens where I kind of did a little bit of, I pressed a little bit too hard and I had that one little blue mark. I'm actually going to put that red embellishment over the blue mark. You can kind of see it sitting in there. So that's going to disappear as well. Um, you know, I think that the creative process can be used to cover up or make something good out of the mistakes that you have sometimes. So this is an example of that, certainly. And then I added dimensionals to the back of both the embossed red circle. I just used some foam tape, and as well as dimensionalizing the other circle on top. So it really has some nice dimension on the card front as well. And feels, I think that actually this could be a really great 4th of July card as well. It's very red, white, and blue. We've got that kind of coming up. But I like the whole nautical theme. My dad's favorite colors are blue and red, really saturated. So this is a tribute to him. And there we go. Just trim the edge of those little pieces off there. And we have a male happy birthday card. But that rope pattern actually could be used in so many different ways. Have fun with it. Make sure you like this and let YouTube know that you appreciate the videos. I'll keep making them. And you can check out more details on my blog at www.paperheartscissors.com. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.